Well, boys, it's the schedule has been released as of Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. We've known for some time, at least game one, the home opener for the NFL season. We knew that Kansas City would be playing the Ravens in week one. I've pulled the incorrect schedule here, so let me just go to ESPN.
Stupid.
We'll be playing the Ravens in week one for the home opener on Thursday. That is the 5th of, is that September?
Yeah, there you
5th of
go.
Do
September.
you remember? Nah.
He's getting it. He's getting it.
We then go
Nah.
and have another home game in week two. We'll be playing against the Bengals. Joey B will have to see how strong that wrist is. There are others post NFL career who have had that surgery, non quarterback players who have said that they lost 50% of mobility in their wrist with the same surgery procedure that Joey B had. So we'll have
Well,
to
they
I'm gonna
ain't
go
see.
they
ahead and
ain't Joe
say
Burrow, man. They
Joe
ain't Joe Burrow.
Burrow. Joe Burrow's not gonna make it to our game. Joe
He
Joe
might, yeah.
Burrow's gonna get injured before he plays the Chiefs.
What
So
are you
in
calling
week
it this year? Leg injury?
Uh, hernia.
Hernia? Whoa. What a call.
shoot him up with Toradol, he'll be fine.
Wait. And turf toe.
Really run it all out right there.
We move into week three where we have a Sunday night game. It is in Mercedes Benz Stadium against Kirk Cousins and the Falcons.
Is it gonna be Kirk Thuggins?
I mean,
That
you
early in the
think he's,
season, yeah.
yeah, unless he pops his other Achilles like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, dude. We'll get to that later.
Moving on to week four, we get our first divisional matchup. We play in Los Angeles. So we go from the East Coast to the West Coast and we play the Chargers.
Jet lag.
We then get to come back home and we play the Saints on Monday Night Football
Monday
Monday.
night.
with Jason Kelsey on the broadcast.
Monday night.
Yeah, who did he kick out of there? Was it RG3?
It was RG3. He kicked RG3 out of the broadcast.
It should have been RG3 and Jason Kelsey.
I would have liked that.
That would have been good content right
I don't
there.
know who would have been the play by play. Don't need
Jason.
a play by play.
Both of them. Gus Johnson.
Following
That's
Following the
my favorite
Saints,
by play
we
guy.
have our bye week at week six.
What the hell?
Too early of a bye week.
San Diego Superchargers.
And then in week seven, we do go to San Francisco and take on the 49ers, who we just smacked down in the Super Bowl on Sunday in the 325 hour.
You guys know Patrick's never lost to the Niners? 4-0.
One of his
Wow.
most beautiful touchdowns was against the Niners. His double back
Oh yeah.
uh
Yep.
late throw to the back of the end zone. Yeah.
Beautiful. Post
Consistently in his top 10 plays.
49ers in week seven. Week eight, we head into Las Vegas. So going West Coast and then West Coast again, we play the Las Vegas Raiders in week eight.
In Arrowhead West, so
Arrowhead
still a
was
home game.
Week nine, we get another Monday night football game. We
one
get this one at home
Monday
against the Tampa
night.
Bay Buccaneers.
Two
Monday
Monday
night.
night home games against the NFC South.
Let's get it.
That is true.
That is true,
Ugly.
baby.
Following that Monday night football game, we will head back home. We will get the Broncos in our first noon game of the season.
What week
Chiefs
is
don't
that?
play at noon no more. Chiefs used to always play at noon. Chiefs,
That's
you
that's
can you can
week
bank
10.
every Sunday. Chiefs were playing at 12, baby. Like we
Not anymore. Let's go.
not no more.
That
Prime
was week
time.
10, Sean. In week 11, we'll head up to New York and play the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
In
buffer.
In week 12, we head back to the East Coast where we will play the Carolina Panthers in a noon game.
That deserves to be a new game.
In week 13, we get a Black Friday game at home against the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders
2 o'clock game on a
coming into
Friday.
town on Black Friday. What better fitting?
Following that, we get another
Yeah,
Sunday
right.
night football game at home. It is against the Chargers.
Where
Yeah,
they
they always get one. They always get one.
don't.
Following our second
No, they always
Chargers
get one
game.
primetime game with the Chargers.
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Following our primetime game with the Chargers, we will head into Cleveland to take on the Browns. It is our third noon game of the season.
Who do you think is going to be quarterbacking for the Browns at that time?
Hopefully not the nasty man.
Hopefully it is the nasty man and Chris Jones can just wallop him to death.
Ah,
That'd be something to see
this
for
guy's
sure.
got ideas.
We then go to a Saturday game following the noon game with the Browns, and we play another noon game. Saturday, December 21st, we take on CJ Stroud and the Texans, who are highly touted coming into this season. They also have a tough schedule moving forward, but that is a Saturday noon game, so it will technically be prime time.
Did you? Where is this game?
That is in Kansas City.
Ah, that's. I'm glad we don't have to go to Houston for that game.
Very much so. Because in a few short day turnaround, just 4 days later on Netflix, also at noon on Christmas, the Kansas City Chiefs will head into Pittsburgh and take on the Steelers.
I don't
Ah,
like this trend.
who do you think should be quarterbacking for them?
Justin Fields.
By that time, it should be Justin Fields. And then we round off the season on January 5th, time to be determined. We take on the Broncos in week 18, just before the playoffs.
We always end with a division rival. Seems like.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
That is what happens with NFL schedules.
We are at the top quarter of the league in strength of schedule compared to last year's results, win-loss percentage. We are also in the upper quarter this year of in a good way of rest that we get versus our opponent's rest. We get 5 additional days. That's our differential against opponents. Whereas the team who has the least amount of differential in playing games against their opponents is the San Francisco 49ers with negative 21 days.
That's going to catch up to them so fast.
A team that is perpetually injured will now have less days of rest against their opponents. Could be a great matchup for them.
And we play them coming off a bye.
We do play them coming off of a bye, but the stretch that I'm most worried about is weeks 15, 16, and 17. We play the Browns away. That is on the 15th of December. We turn around 6 days later. It is a home game, so we don't have to worry about the rest or the travel, excuse me. But 6 days later, we turn around and we play the Texans at noon, very early game. And then 4 days later, we turn around and have to travel to Pittsburgh and play against the Steelers, who Colin Cowherd is touting as a dark horse in this year's race to the playoffs and being a contender. I don't listen to Colin Cowherd. That guy sucks. But
How do you know what he said then?
Twitter.
So you listen to him.
Oh, you listen to him.
Nope, is a quote. I read.
Did you? All right. Anyways, I could have twisted the words in a way to make it sound like you listened to it, but I'm not gonna bog us down any further.
If you were going to say something, what would you say though?
No, shut up. I'm excited for the schedule. The playing so many games in that tight of a window is super annoying. I think it's really dumb that we got the Texans and the Steelers in that window. Like fucking put the Broncos in there or something for us. Damn it. But I'm excited for our opener. I think adding Derrick Henry to the Ravens um definitely makes them more formidable, but they're still beatable. For
I
sure.
think Derrick Henry's going to be hurt by that time. He'll be back after that, but
The opener of the season.
yeah, sprained ankle or something.
He's not going to play week 1.
Not week one.
Okay. Because of the curse.
Exactly. You
Are
did
we
it.
worried about week 1 at all?
No, we're going to go 17
You
and 0.
gotta, you just gotta.
Stupid
There's got to
question.
be a healthy amount of worry. Like, yeah, I just said like the Baltimore Ravens are going to be formidable. Like,
I'm worried with how
but
our offense is going to look
if we
like.
lose to them week 1, who gives a shit?
They also lost easily, I would say, their best defender. Maybe okay, you could say Roquan, but yeah, they lost Patrick Queen, who was a very big
Wait, what do you
piece.
mean you could say Roquan? Roquan was their Mike. He was the leader of that defense. He's head and shoulders better than Patrick Queen. He's not their best defender. And Kyle Hamilton's better than fucking
That's not
Patrick
true.
Queen. That
It
is
is true.
You see what happened against him and Kelsey.
true. Shut up.
I mean, that's a big piece that they are missing on the defensive side. I don't think they got better defensively, and
They got
they
better on
can't.
offense. You're
I,
right. They got
did they? I
they
mean,
spent
they've
their
got a
money on
quarterback.
offense.
They've got a quarterback who doesn't throw. They didn't necessarily add to the wide receiver room
They have a running back
How do you not
that is going to
consider
be
adding
healthy.
Derrick Henry to an offense like improvement?
That is a running offense.
because their quarterback runs the ball. How often is Derrick
Oh
Henry going
man.
to actually get the ball?
Imagine the
They led
options.
the outside of quarterback rushing attempts. They still led the league in rushing attempts with running
They did,
backs.
and they didn't have a formidable back to. Everybody was always perpetually injured. I expect that trend to continue. Derrick Henry, sorry, it's going to happen to you. But they also didn't bolster their receiving weapons at all. They still have Mark Andrews, who's perpetually injured. They have Zay Flowers, who did fine, and who else? They lost OBJ, who really didn't do anything for them. They didn't add to that room. Nobody of worry or note.
You don't know that.
I mean, I'll give you that, but uh,
If they're
you
one
know who they
dimensional in the
got
run
sitting.
game,
You know who they got sitting behind Mark Andrews, who could start on any NFL team. Uh,
agreed.
and Flowers looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, and they were.
If he makes stops the stupid mental mistakes in the playoffs, like
It's true. But also, how can you be worried about a team who's one dimensional? Like every time that we played against Tennessee, who got locked up? It was Derrick Henry because Chris Jones blew up that offensive line and then stuffed Derrick Henry every time. Like if you're
man,
putting
all I
them on
said
a
was there
more
has to
one
be a
dimensional
healthy amount
team,
of worry. They just met us in the AFC Championship game.
zero worry. They're
Healthy amount of
worse.
worry.
They're
Okay.
worse.
Did
They're
17
we
and
blowing
0,
them
we
out
baby.
by
overlooked
17
we
and 0.
overlooked the Lions as a podcast? We overlooked the Lions on game 1 of
And
last
we
year. They
didn't
beat us
have
by a
Chris
point.
Jones or Travis Kelce.
Didn't I pick the Lions to cover that
They
game?
beat us.
I think I did choose the Lions there.
No one cares. That was last season, man.
Your last.
Uh, there are Chiefs Twitter users who are having a I would say a healthy area of concern for a week 3 game against the Falcons. There's Kirk Cousins in that offensive system, the defense that they had last year, new head coach, new offensive coordinator. Does that game feel like it potentially could be a trap game for it?
It feels like it's going to be a blowout.
I
Easy.
dude.
38-17, I'm calling it now.
But I mean, Chris Jones is going to give that new system absolute hell. They're not going to have it figured out by week 3. I fucking guarantee it. We're our defense is going to put the pressure on them, and it's going to be up to them to perform. And I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to outperform Patrick Mahomes, my guy.
Do we feel anybody on this schedule to be a trap game? There are some Twitter users on the Chiefs Twitter that do believe that our game against the Panthers will be a trap game. I look at that roster and I think, okay, they did get a little bit better at receiver. They brought in Xavier Legette. Guy that I really like, think he could be likened maybe a better DK Metcalf. They also brought in who is that? Deontay Johnson from the Steelers, traded
Can you
him.
remind me how many games they won last year?
It was a one.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
But that's the reason why they call it a trap
I was
game.
going
It's
to
a
say
game you're
that's the whole
not
point of
worried
the
about.
trap game. But
No, no trap games. No worries.
17-0.
17 and
Is
0.
there
How many times do I have to keep saying this, man?
is there anybody on the schedule that you think provides the biggest threat?
Uh, Look, Joe Burrow is the only quarterback in recent history that you can say has really beaten Patrick Mahomes. All the W's from Josh Allen in the regular season mean nothing when we consistently beat them in the playoffs. You know, Joe Burrow, I think, is always a threat to us. He went in a 12-month period. We were 0-3 against the Bengals and Joe Burrow. So um, that you can't count that out. You can't dismiss that. He still has Jamar Chase. You know, Jamar Chase pretty much single-handedly beat us in one of the regular season games. He put up over 200 yards. So
I would say their defense is exponentially worse than it has been at any other time since they've played us with Joe Burrow.
any given Sunday, do they still have that Hendrickson guy that everybody
They
thinks
do.
is so good?
He's asked for a trade, but he is still there under contract.
He's going to retire if he doesn't get an extension. Now, I'm telling you, the
He's
one
got
team
two
I'm kind of
years
worried
left on his
about,
contract.
he wants more money, damn it. Give it to him. The one team that kind of worries me right now is actually the Stillers. For one reason and one reason only. We play them on Christmas. Now, I know we've only played one game on Christmas, but our track record on that day is not great at all.
I was at that game. I was so mad, dude.
You're not going to this game. I don't care if it's not a home game. Stay your ass at home, Tybo.
Okay. Home is not Florida to me, by the way.
Why are you afraid of the Steelers just because the Christmas Day?
That's the only trap game we have of the year. I was wrong
Because it's
earlier.
Christmas and we played like shit on Christmas last year.
I'm not really worried.
Nobody wanted to be at that game, including
Nobody.
the fucking Chiefs sideline, dude. Like,
They don't want to play on Christmas. They want to chill with their family and watch basketball.
yeah.
I'm not really worried
Basketball. All right.
about any of these games, to be honest. I'm not worried about the Bengals. I think their defense got much worse. I don't think the Ravens got better than when we met them in the postseason. And I think we did get better. I think we got a lot better. Because I don't think that they got better than they were, I'm not really worried about that game.
Their game plan is going to be different than the fucking AFC Championship game.
It's going to be run the ball, and guess what? They're going to get
what
stuffed.
they do best, and it's going to be at least
speed options.
Difficult to stop, my guy.
Trent McDuffie is going to lay out Derrick Henry week one, and his
that's not who you want tackling Derrick Henry.
He's going to have a shoestring.
Going to lay him out.
Henry.
She's going to blow him up.
Derrick Henry. Every time Derrick Henry gets tackled, it's got to be someone from the front seven. I do not want a defensive back trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Thank you. Good night.
The stretch that worries me the most is
he could do it
between December 15th and Christmas. That stretch is tough. But also the Texans would be the only game that I could potentially worry about there. But they also aren't playing with the same amount of rest in that 3-week period. So I'm not really worried about any of these games. I know we'll drop week 18. How many times
you want to say that?
We'll drop week 18
for
the Broncos.
Drop week 18. No way.
Because we're already going to have the number 1 seed locked up.
No.
So
we're not going to drop it.
One more random game in there. I got the Chiefs 15-2.
Ooh. On a three-peat year, we go 15-2.
Got the number 1 seed locked up.
Guys. Everybody says the reigning Super Bowl champs get every team's best the following season. Well, we just won the Super Bowl twice in a row. We are going to get the best of everybody's best. Everybody is going to be fine-tuned. Coaches, players, fucking down to the water boys on the staff. Everybody is going to be fine-tuned for Chiefs week. If you think we're getting out of the season with only 2 losses, with all the with new receivers, with all the shit with Rashee Rice, dude, you're high. And I'm high right now, but you're high, okay? You're high. I mean 12 and 4 or 12 and 5 and 13 and 4, right around there. That's usually where we sit. I
Give
feel like
me a
that's
prediction,
realistic
you
every
fuck.
year.
Choose one.
13 and 4.
I don't think I even need to say it. I'm gonna say 17-0. I I'm not going back on that now.
You want to put money
Yeah.
on it?
No,
No.
Well, he doesn't believe in his own
it's a
takes this
guarantee, but
time.
I'm not gonna put money on it.
It's a guarantee.